Everyone thinks that getting to single digit body fat and seeing your abs means you have to live like a bodybuilder 24/7, okay? It doesn't. You don't need to be doing cardio twice a fucking day. You don't need to be tracking out every single bit of food and weighing it to the gram no matter where you are, taking your food scales out, your meal preps to a restaurant. It hasn't got to be that way. You can get to sub 10% body fat being completely lazy, okay? I just done it myself. Like I've done it with my client Ryan, who is a busy dad. He's got a couple of kids. He works a full-time job. He dropped 8 kilos in 8 weeks, got sub 10% body fat, and looked absolutely shredded for it. He done all of that with just one cardio session per week of 60 minutes, okay? That is it. Getting lean was never about how hard it actually is, okay? It's because you've got to make hundreds of decisions on a daily basis and you keep fucking them up, you keep stumbling. You're trying to make too many decisions at once and you just need to be more lazy with it. The lazy way, the lazy method, it won't fix your willpower, it will completely remove that from the equation so you haven't even got to rely on it. You're not making decisions, you're just executing. If you get this wrong and you continue putting yourself in a position where you have to rely on willpower, you're gonna keep falling off by the time you get to Wednesday, Thursday. Get it right and the whole process is gonna feel smooth as fuck. It is gonna feel like it's on autopilot. Ryan said back to me at the time, he couldn't believe how easy it was this time around. He'd tried diets in the past, he'd tried programs in the past, and he'd never got to where he wanted to get to until we made it easy and we used the lazy method. I'm gonna show you the lazy setup with your food, your training, your cardio. And this is the bits that nearly everyone gets wrong. And the last bit is actually gonna save you a lot more time and buy you back time in your week. Eating the food has never been the hard part of getting to sub 10% body fat, okay? Thinking about it, going to the shops, buying it, tracking it all out, weighing it all out gram by gram. That is the shit that puts people off. Think about it, how many decisions are you making in a day if you've got to do that? You're making one decision and then you're double checking yourself and you're going back all whilst you're trying to be a normal human being with a job. You might have kids, you've got responsibilities, stresses. You don't need that stress, okay? Here's what you're gonna do instead. If you eat 4 meals in a day, okay, 3 of them are gonna be the exact same every single day. The same breakfast, the same lunch, the same pre-gym meal. That then removes a lot of variability, okay? You're then gonna decide on a daily basis one meal that you actually wanna eat. That's where you can eat the stuff that you've been fancying, okay? The stuff you enjoy a little bit more. The other 3 meals you're gonna fix, okay? You're gonna find meals that work, they fit in your macros, meals you enjoy and you actually wanna stick to, and that is the key to this. And you're going to eat them religiously, okay? You're going to batch prepare them at the weekend when you're not at work, when you've got more time. You're going to do all the hard work up front. 1 hour spent at the start of the week is going to buy you back so many different cooking opportunities in the week where you don't have to do that. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes to work out what this option is, and because you're repeating it on a daily basis, you haven't got to track it. You only track things that are variable, but if these are fixed, the lazy method, you do not need to track these meals, okay? The only one you track is your leftover remaining meal. Take Ryan, for example, okay? He had a family, so he had the same breakfast, lunch, and pre-workout meal whilst he was out of the house at work. And that one evening meal when he was with his family, he discussed with his wife and sorted it out that way. His calories started at 2,300, okay? They never went below 2,100, and he always had a weekly refeed day in there where he had a higher calorie input so he could enjoy a bit more flexibility with the fam at the weekends. So now the food's sorted, okay? The food's parked up, it's on autopilot, but training is where most guys waste a lot of fucking time, and you don't need to. You can pick how many times a week you want to train, anywhere from 3 to 5. You do not need to be doing weights any more than 5 sessions. Personally, I train 4 sessions per week. A lot of my clients do 4 sessions per week. You're going to pick a split that is going to enable you to hit every muscle group twice per week, okay? This could be upper, lower. Whatever it is, stick with it. 45 to 60 minutes per session. You're going to do 2 working sets, a heavier set and a lighter set on all compound lifts, okay? On isolations like your arms and your shoulders, you're going to do 3 working sets. Every single set you're going to take within an inch of your life, okay? You're going to train extremely fucking hard for a lot less volume than you're used to. Anywhere from 15 to 18 working sets per session is more than enough if you're training with a high level of intensity in these sessions. You're not trying to create your deficit from the training you're doing. You're simply trying to build and retain the muscle you've already got, okay? There is not a reward for who can do the most sets in a session. Doing tons of volume is a complete waste of your fucking time if none of it is intense, okay? The more sets that you have on your training plan, okay, the less you're gonna care about training fucking hard. If you've got 4 or 5 sets, you're gonna be waiting until set 4 or set 5 to train hard. So cut all the wasted time beforehand, 2 working sets, like your life depends on it, okay? We're being lazy on time and sets, okay? We're not being lazy on intensity and effort. All of this will not work. The 2 sets will not work if you're training miles away from failure. So you're not stopping on a set when you're feeling that little bit of discomfort, it aches, it burns a little bit. You're stopping when the muscle is reaching complete failure. You cannot safely get another rep. Imagine I've got a gun to your head, okay? And if you feel like stopping that, ask yourself the question, have I got another rep if my life depended on it? If the answer is yes, crack on and finish that set properly. So that's the food, that's your training sorted, okay? the lazy method is working so far. Cardio, expenditure, how do you do this and how do you stop yourself having to do endless hours of cardio? Because that's going to take up a fuckload of time. I hear it all the time, I just need to start running. When I run, I burn so much body fat, or I need to do these HIIT sessions that are going to spike my metabolism. It's complete bullshit, guys. That's the stuff that is going to completely floor you. It's going to wipe your energy out, and it certainly isn't lazy. It's fucking high intensity. You don't need to be doing that. I didn't do that a single time on my shoot prep, and nor did Ryan. My favorite picks when it comes to cardio is going to be low intensity, steady state, okay? Because it's not going to cause a lot of fatigue. It isn't going to exert you a lot. You're not going to feel that wiped out after it. Monitor your heart rate on your Apple Watch, okay? Keep it between that 130 and 140 beats per minute. My favorites for this, okay, is the Stairmaster or the Cross Trainer, because they're very low impact on your body. It's not like running where you're getting a lot of impact. And the best bit about this, you can do a bit of admin if you've got some WhatsApps or emails to get back to, so you have it stacking, you're saving yourself some time, or you can stick on your favorite YouTuber, me, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, or watch some Netflix. Cover the time, crack on, job done. The guys that ramp up their cardio really quickly, they hit 4 or 5 high intensity cardio sessions. It's great for the first couple of weeks, and then they go missing, okay? They fall off because they don't like it, they don't enjoy it, and they feel fucked by it. The difference when you're trying to lose body fat, when you're trying to get lean, isn't the type of cardio you're doing, okay? Is your adherence to actually sticking to it. And sitting underneath your cardio to increase your expenditure a little bit more, you're gonna look at your steps. You're not even gonna look at these. You're gonna get up in the morning, first thing, you're gonna get out the door, you're gonna go and hit 20, 30 minutes walk before you do anything else. It is as simple as that. Okay, that is already going to give you a couple of thousand steps to increase your baseline level of activity. And again, in the morning, you can use that to clear your WhatsApp from the night before, plan your day, do your food shop online, whatever you need to do, use it productively. Ryan was already on his feet all day being a teacher, okay, so we didn't need to do much with this. We added a morning walk in there, and that was it. He got up in the morning before his kids and wife were awake, got out the door before the rest of his family was awake. By the time they were all awake, he'd just finished a load of steps, job done, didn't have to worry about that. For me, I like 3K fastest steps. It helps my digestion get moving, okay? My brain can't even argue with the fact because I'm already out the door. You can also be lazy with it, walking around in between your sets in the gym, parking slightly further away in the supermarket, walking up the stairs instead of taking the lift. If you get a phone call, walk around when you're on the phone. You're going to add a couple of 1,000 steps there, okay? That's a lot more expenditure. You can double your steps in a day with those 2 simple methods. You've just got the full blueprint, but here's the bit that most guys will skip that will make all of this not work. All of the things we covered are making you lazy on the decision making, okay? You're not dreading anything you're doing, but you can't be lazy on the effort you put into it or none of it will work. When you're in the gym, you're hitting those 2 sessions, they have to be fucking hard. You have to be taking those sets to failure. When you're doing the food, you have to be meticulous with it. You have to be super consistent with it. And that one more meal you're tracking, you have to track properly. You can't take it for granted. Of course, there's going to be trades-off. It's going to be boring, but that beats being complicated, okay? It's going to be boring eating 3 or 4 same meals every day, but it's for a short period of time. Ryan was cutting for 8 weeks and dropped 8 kilos. Tell you what's a lot more boring, dieting for 6 months and dropping 4 or 5 kilos and still needing to carry on dieting. And it's going to be a lot less boring when you get out of the diet, you get your food up and you haven't got to worry about this stuff anymore because you've done the work in the first place. It's never about the intensity of what you're doing, the reason you're stuck, okay? It is your adherence to it and it's how consistent that you're staying with it. If you do anything for long enough, you're probably going to see a form of progress. This way just removes a lot of decision, it saves a lot of time, it frees up a lot of mental space so you can crack on and be a normal human being still and get the fucking job done. I'm a massive advocate of getting your fat loss done quickly so then you can move on to the more enjoyment phases. You can build more muscle in your growing phases. You can sit at maintenance and eat a shitload more food, just like with Ryan. We reverse dieted him and he was on 1,000 calories more per day after just 4 weeks and he looked better for it, okay? Generally, Ryan wasn't more disciplined than you. He just had a setup where he didn't have to make decisions. So he wasn't sitting there, okay, trying to constantly battle himself. He just had a plan and he stuck to it because he removed the need to make any decisions. If you set it up lazy and you remove decisions, getting lean isn't about your willpower anymore. It's just a case of executing, and that is the gap that most guys have. They're sitting there with 10 different options on a daily basis and then wondering why they're tired after a long week at work, they're falling off track. Remove that in the first place and you will not be falling off. Because you're not falling off, you're seeing a lot more progress, so you want to stick to it and carry on for longer. We work on feedback loops, okay? Monkey see, monkey do. You see progress doing something, you get motivation, you carry on. And that is what the lazy method fixes. If you want help implementing this into your life, where we look at your training, your nutrition, and set you up on a basis that is fully tailored to you, removes all the decision making so you can just focus on executing and see results like you've never seen before. Okay, I've got 4 weeks coaching for free Okay, give you the first 4 weeks, see what that feels like, and then you can go from there. And I've also put a one-to-one coaching link in there if you want to go straight to working with me directly. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the lazy method, okay, there's plenty more real-world coaching examples that I have with the techniques I use coming to the channel. If you hit that subscribe button, you're going to see them all for free. Make sure you give this video a like, it really helps me out, and I look forward to catching you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.